Hello, and welcome to this edition of What the Hell Just Happened? The vlog that panders to the highest common denominator. I'm your host, Martin Ganipoler. You know, it would be easy to begin this edition with the story of how the self-declared stable genius in the White House can't even spell the word accomplishment. But we don't do easy here at What the Hell Just Happened. So instead, we'll lead off with the disaster relief bill that allocates $19 billion for storm-ravaged communities across our country. This bill was passed 85-8 in the Senate, and the president declared his support of it as well, despite the redlining of border wall funding that was added as an incentive to Republican legislators. So what the hell just happened in the House with this bill? It was blocked in a pro forma session of Congress by one little old congressman named Chip Roy, a Republican from where else? Texas. Now, this money is and will be needed since even as I speak, there are tornadoes bearing down on the already devastated Midwest. Representative Roy, or White Chocolate Chip, as I like to call him, really must have wanted that Mexico wall funding and really didn't like the fact that this bill released $9 billion already allocated for Puerto Rico. Now, I don't know what this chiphead is thinking, but I'm going to chalk this up to racism. Next, we feature another installment of the segment we call Why the Hell Are You Still Here?, in which we profile a member of our government who is disgustingly unfit for the duties of his or her office. This week, we feature Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, Dr. Ben Carson. Carson's a Yale-educated neurosurgeon who led a prestigious surgical department of over 70 doctors at Johns Hopkins University. Carson's received more than 60 honorary doctorate degrees, dozens of national merit citations, and was selected by the Library of Congress as one of 89 living legends. And all of this proves the old adage that politics ain't brain surgery, because if it was, he'd have a firm grasp on the responsibilities of his office and would have made some progress for the American working poor in our big cities, which he has not. Instead, he's been one of the most hostile critics of HUD's role in enforcing anti-discrimination laws. In 2018, Carson publicly compared slaves to voluntary immigrants, establishing him as a deluded Nimrod who has no sense of history, much less any personal decency. In 2017, Carson spent in excess of $31,000 on a dining room set for his office and $8,000 more on a dishwasher. Must be a hell of a dishwasher. All this was discovered after a career HUD official filed a complaint alleging that she was demoted from her position because she refused to spend more than the legal $5,000 limit for office redecoration. And last week, in a congressional hearing, he was unable to answer even rudimentary questions about housing and urban development, which I guess he thought were merely words on the door to his super nice dining room set. He nonetheless remained arrogant and smarmy in the hearing, mostly with the women representatives who dared to question him. For all of these failings, and many that I haven't even touched upon, we must now ask Ben Carson, why the hell are you still here? Finally, as we approach the end of May, we are reminded that it's graduation time in American schools. Yes! So it was for Braxton Morrill of Ulysses, Kansas. He strode across the stage of his high school and received his diploma, just like thousands of other 17-year-olds in this country. But unlike most other kids, he will attend yet another graduation next week. That's because Braxton will also be graduating from Harvard University. When he was 11, his parents saw that he seemed unchallenged by traditional middle school, so they enrolled him in Harvard Extension courses. Most of these courses can be taken online, but Extension school students also must earn 16 hours credit in person at the campus in Cambridge, Mass. Braxton majored in government and minored in English and will receive his bachelor's degree next week. Morrill's always been drawn to politics, and he's now hoping to go to law school, preferably at Columbia University. Morrill's older sister, 29-year-old Brittany Jo Seeger, said of her little brother, quote, "Something my mom, sister, and I noticed early on was his memory. That's one of the things that makes him incredible. He can look at anything, read anything, and he will instantly remember it forever. This didn't always benefit us older kids," end quote. I bet it didn't. But it will benefit the American people should Braxton ever decide to enter politics. Good luck, kid, for all our sakes. That's it for this edition of What the Hell Just Happened. Have a great Memorial Day weekend, and keep some thoughts of gratitude for those who sacrificed everything for our freedom. See you soon. Bye for now.